Hey everyone, today is Friday, the 22nd of April. It is also apparently Good Friday and Earth Day at the same time. So thank you to the Earth for providing that gravity which I oh so need to live, because it keeps in the atmosphere and my circulatory system relies on it. And ball. Um, it's another gray day here, so the lighting's probably going to be poor again, or maybe surprisingly not, depending. I don't know. I did not go to the funeral, but that's okay. I mean, I didn't really know the guy, so I feel it's more important that I leave room for people who are genuinely mourning him rather than me paying lip service to it. If that makes any sense, I might be doing a disservice to myself, but it's also a bit of a drive. That and it's going to happen in an hour. So by the time this video is up, it'll all be started or done, whatever. Anyways, but that's okay. It was my dad's decision. So today I'm going to lunch with my mom, which is awesome because we don't go out to lunch very often. Yeah. I've been trying to think about what I want to eat. I know I want to get some muffins because muffins are good. If they have lemon poppy seed, we are in heaven because lemon poppy seed is awesome. But yeah, I don't have a lot to talk about, mostly because I don't want to talk about that thing that Maureen Johnson pointed out, that Tennessee wants to prevent people from middle school and elementary school from being exposed to homosexuality in any way. And they're making it a state law. Which probably means that a lot of young adult books that address the issue are not going to be allowed in their schools. And that sucks because Will Grayson is an amazing book. If you haven't read it yet, you should, because it's a really good book. That book is by John Green, not Maureen Johnson. I feel bad, but I have only read one thing by Maureen Johnson. I'm a terrible fan. I think she's awesome. I just haven't read any of her stuff. Except for the thing in Let It Snow. That was cool. I'm just going to go throw this up online and hide. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Oh, speaking of internet, last night I played a game of Sins of a Solar Empire with a buddy of mine. We did that over the net instead of over a LAN or whatever because he's in a different house and all that. Yeah. First of all, the lag was terrible. Very frequently, the game just came to a halt and we were like, lag. So at least we're talking over Skype through it. So our internet connection was fine. It's just the game was lagging like crazy. And especially since we were both playing the Advent, I hit random and he hit random, and we both wound up being Advent. So lag gets especially bad when you're Advent and you like to fly fighters a lot or run carriers. So we played for several hours. I held off a massive invasion force at one of my garrisoned worlds, and they not only wiped out the fleet that I had sent there to protect the place, except for one capital ship, which came back to bite them in the ass later. The A fair portion of the local defenses were destroyed, and the starbase was destroyed. However, I was able to bring in another fleet from another location to lend support and obliterated the opposition. Then, I left those fleets there for a little bit and rebuilt defenses and stuff. And then I pulled my fleets back out, and they attacked again. Only this time I was ready for it. My fleets jumped in right after they came in, and it was a clean sweep. I didn't. I lost a nominal number of vehicles. I think it was a couple of Guardians or something. But anyways, I eventually I got really pissed because this wasn't going to change. He was going to continually send 80 to 100 ship fleets at this one place until it fell. And my biggest fleet was maybe 30 ships. So I was like, that's it. I'm done. I didn't buy anything for a while because I didn't have anything to buy. I pretty much had the same colonies maxed out with all the buildings and everything ready to go. And I just churned out capital ships. Right off the bat, well, let me tell you how it wound up. I have, in this one fleet, 8 carriers, 2 battleships, a smattering of the other battle cruisers, so that I filled out the rest of the cap ship capacity. 40 Destra Crusaders, 30 defense vessels, 30 illuminator vessels, 20 guardians, 20 something else's, and just focused on, beating the crap out of the computer. So it's a nice mixed fleet. It covers itself. I got all these auto abilities on. It's great. That's notwithstanding the amount of carrying capacity the carriers have. They are fielding, along with the other capital ships, over 30 plus fighter squadrons and 30 plus bomber squadrons. It's awesome. I love it. That said, I also have an Anima pact with my Advent brother, which is silly. Because they're all women. Anyways, so we have an Anima pact which increases the number of fighters per squadron. So it's pretty awesome. I moved in, and in the final 30 minutes of our gameplay last night, we stopped playing at about 2 a.m. We started playing at about 8, or 9 or something. I wiped out 2 entire colonies, and from there I was like, okay, where do I go next? Do I go deeper into their holdings, or do I blow up the pirate base right there? Because I'm the guy with the second highest bounty on his head, because I haven't been losing ships. My fleet was so overwhelming, I took out the starbase before I realized it, wiped out the colony, moved on to the next one, wiped out his fleet, and lost 6 ships. 2 Crusaders, a Guardian, a couple of defense vessels, and an Illuminator, I think. No, not an Illuminator. That one type of ship that I cannot think of for right now. Oh well. Anyways. Sins of Solar Empire is absurdly hard for some reason. On the big map. With 3 easy enemy computers. The computer just loves to go after you. So... I mean, we've turned off diplomatic victory, so they don't even try, but... meh. Anyways, this has gone on way too long. Until next time, don't underestimate your opponents in Sins of Solar Empire. That game is blisteringly hard.